pressure, read all about it. Get your copies while they last. Stop the presses.
And now for something completely different.
Are you ready for a little truth? Are we not entertained? Wisdom is the proper use of knowledge and experience. There are no safe spaces here. The truth shall make you free. It's showtime! So you want the truth, but can you handle the truth? Well, here's another fine mess you've gotten us into. Now that's entertainment. Enlighten me a little. What you say is quite logical. And what did we learn? Prepare yourself for a little sensory overload. I came here for the truth. 7 years ago. Stand by to roll show intro. Roll show intro in 3, 2, 1, go.
This is the Craig L. Hayes Show.
Hello, America, family, friends, and listeners all around this planet we call home. This is the Craig L. Hayes Show, and I am Craig L. Hayes. Today's date is June 6th, 2024. It is the 80th anniversary of the beginning of the invasion of D-Day into Europe to fight Nazi Germany. I'm sure everybody here has seen Saving Private Ryan. Wow. Did anybody else not breathe the first 20 minutes of that movie with all the charging of the beach and all the death and destruction? And these guys went up that beach and they started liberating on that day all of Europe. They truly were the greatest generation of Americans. Excuse me. So, 80 years. What have we done with that legacy? Kind of ashamed to see the stuff that goes on today. We had these real men, the Pattons, the Marshalls, the Bradleys, even in the British had theirs, Montgomery and those, that fought, and they fought, and they fought. They didn't worry about their transgenderism, their being gays in the military, none of that. You know what they did? They went out and they killed their enemy. The military did their job, and their job is very simple. Kill people, break things, and do that when the civilian leadership of this country tells them to go and do it. Today, unfortunately, the Democrats have decided that the military should be a social experimentation club or facility or whatever we want to call. So we're going to try by pushing this agenda, that agenda through the military. The military should be sacred as far as these things go, should not ever be touched. No, I don't care if you're gay and you go into the military, but it's not something special. And definitely no transgenders in the military. The military's job is not to promote a social agenda. Can we please just let our military do the job they're supposed to do? Democrats, can we please just let our children go learn how to read and write and do arithmetic and do history and quit pushing transgender, homosexual activities, whatever you want to call it, on them? Can we please leave the children alone? Can we please leave the military alone? If you want to have something special like that in your life, if you want to do something that's what most Americans would call aberrant behavior, then go do it. But quit shoving it down everybody's throat. Quit making us all be participants and forced to accept this LGBTQ crap. You know what we have? We have two genders in this world. We have males and females. And as I've said on a lot of my posts, this is as simple as it gets. You're either male or you're female. Whatever you were born, you will be the rest of your life. I don't care. I do not care one bit how many times you go see a psychiatrist, how many times you go get plastic surgery. I don't care how many times you go and tell all your friends and go to get different clothes or try all these different things to say that you're something you're not. You're not. You are what you were born as, genetically. That we're even having to have this discussion is totally disgusting. I have a lot of friends who are gay, and you know what? These subjects don't even come up around us because they just live their lives and they want to just live their lives in peace. I commend them on that. I don't want to hear about all their different sexual conquests. Sorry. You know what? I don't want to hear about it from my friends. They're straight. I don't want to hear it from anybody. Keep it to yourself. What you do in the four walls of your house, keep it to yourself. That's the libertarian side in me. Just keep it to yourself. You don't have to go marching around and doing all these stupid things called Pride Month. Pride. Ugh. Pride. Why? Why do we have to have a Pride Month? Let's just look at this biblical. What is one of the greatest sins in the Bible? Pride. But yet we're supposed to have Pride Month. A whole 30 days of marching around and protesting or whatever we have to do to say that we're gay and we're proud. Well, congratulations. I'm thrilled for you. You're proud you're gay. And at the same time, I'm proud I'm straight. I'm proud that I'm white. I'm proud that I'm a male. And I am a male. No other gender can I be. These are things that are on my mind today as we celebrate so many things. Why did we have to put Pride Month on some of the most memorable days in our history? What is the agenda there? What is the purpose of it? Let's look at this a little bit more. We're going to get back to the soldiers and stuff. Sorry I went off on a tangent, but something popped in my head and I just had to run with it. We do understand that probably less than 3% of the population of America is either gay or lesbian. That means about 10 million people. 10 million out of 330 million. We have 330 million, we have 10 million gays. And out of that 10 million gay or lesbian, there's probably about 300,000 that are transgender, that have gone through operations, that identify as a jelly-filled donut. Yeah, that's as much sense as it does saying I identify as. Let's go, we're in the world of make-believe. I stopped playing in the world of make-believe when I was a little child. Things are as they are, and that's how it is. So, we have to take and push this agenda down the throats of our children. We have to expose this aberrant behavior to our children. Why? Why? I know y'all say something very simple. It's like, oh, well, we have to do this so that children feel comfortable. No, you do this so you can take and groom and indoctrinate and hopefully have more people become like you. If this is what you want to do, go do it, but leave the children alone. Democrats, please, leave the children alone. Quit grooming them. Quit indoctrinating them. You've spent the last 40 plus years of grooming kids and indoctrinating them into socialism. And congratulations, it's working. Look at how stupid these kids have become. Look how much they hate this country. Look how much they want to take and march in these protests against America. Thank you very much, Democrats. This is on you, and it's not by accident. This has been on purpose, planned, and designed by you. You're disgusting. The entire Democrat Party and anyone who claims to be a Democrat is disgusting. We're going to get into something about the Democrats a little bit later on in another program. And I'm going to tell you just exactly who these scumbags really are. I do not like the Democrat Party. And I'll tell you right now, anybody who says they are a Christian, but they are also a Democrat, you're full of crap. You are so full of it, it's not funny. You cannot be a Democrat and be a Christian. They are diametrically opposed in opposite of what each stands for. So, that being said, let's have a little chat about this greatest generation of men and women 80 years ago securing liberty and freedom for the entire world. My hat is off to them. My grandfather was one of those people. He did not storm Normandy. He was in naval intelligence with Admiral Nimitz, who was commander of the fleet of the Pacific Fleet. My grandfather actually, everywhere he went when he was stationed in Hawaii, he went there with military police with him, and their orders were very simple. He could go around, see the sights in Hawaii, and do different things, and they had to follow him no matter where he went. But their orders were that if anyone tried to kidnap him or take him, they were to shoot him dead, because what he knew, what was going on, the correspondence that he saw between what was going on in Europe and what was going on in the Pacific. He knew so much of what was happening between Russia and Japan and all of the different theaters of war. He was reading them straight up and then reporting his findings to Admiral Nimitz. This is an amazing thing for my grandfather. You'd look at him and not think that he was anything special, but to all of us grandkids, he was very special. He departed many years ago. And we all just want to try to be like him in so many ways. Anyways, the people who stormed those beaches, liberated Europe, liberated the Pacific, liberated Asia, our hats are off to you. I stand here in reverence thinking about what you did, how the cost of freedom was paid for in your blood. And I can't imagine the terror that it must have been storming these beaches with machine guns going off and watching your friends and other soldiers being shot to pieces and blown up, and still you kept going forward and never stopped until you got to Germany and ended the war. I salute you. I am proud of you. I'm proud to be an American. I'm proud to be someone who believes in this country as you did, enough to go and fight and possibly die for it. I never served in the military. My two brothers did. They served in the Air Force. I never did. They wouldn't take me. I have horrible allergies and I can't run for anything. The only time you're going to see me running is if a bear's chasing me. Most of these guys, I doubt we have very many at all of these guys still alive. If they are, they're 98, 99, 100. Wow, 80 years ago, and these guys were just kids then. Now they're old men, and what they have seen this country turn into. Wow. Just can't imagine it. Anyways, this is my salute to those men and women who secured liberty throughout Europe and the Pacific on this day. This truly was the beginning of the end for Adolf Hitler and Japan. This is the Craig L. Hayes Show. I am Craig L. Hayes. And we should contemplate this a little bit and be grateful that we had such people. And we must fight to stop the insanity that is going on in our military and in our schools and in our nation. We must stop Democrats from ever, ever, ever holding power or office that gives them power. They truly are the party of evil and corruption and un-American ideologies. With that, I sign off. This is Craig L. Hayes.